endorsing a new board but not announcing who they are just yet, instead promising to name them later this month. Henyard is under investigation by the FBI.
Now she's teasing a big announcement that she claims will result in some of her opponents being arrested. And
how much would you be willing to shell out just to attend a politician's re-election party? Well, if you're in Dolton, Illinois, and you're thinking about backing Mayor Tiffany Henyard, be ready to cough up a smooth $50 just to walk through the door. Yep, $50 is the starting price, and it only goes up from there. But with all the controversy swirling around Henyard's time in office, you really have to wonder, is this a bold power move to rake in campaign cash, or a desperate play to cover up some serious financial wrongdoing?
2025, yet Tiffany Henyard has officially decided she wants to stay as mayor despite the cloud of...
Since taking office in 2021, Tiffany Henyard's time as mayor of Dolton, a small town of around 20,000 residents just south of Chicago, has been nothing short of a political roller coaster. It's been packed with scandal, controversy, and accusations that rival the drama of a high-stakes TV series. She's faced non-stop heat over her leadership style, shady financial dealings, alleged abuse of power, and claims of corruption, including accusations that she used the local police to intimidate political rivals. Her administration has been under fire for years, with critics pointing to a pattern of reckless spending and allegedly using public funds for personal gain. Under her leadership, Dolton, already struggling financially, has slipped into an even more fragile state, raising serious questions about her true priorities as a public official. She's been accused of directing funds toward personal ventures and engaging in questionable activities that have only deepened public dissatisfaction. Even former allies are now speaking out, slamming her administration for chasing personal ambition instead of focusing on the needs of the community. But despite the rising backlash, Henyard doesn't seem rattled. Locals are openly questioning whether she's fit to lead at all, let alone run for another term. Her calm in the face of public outrage has left many residents stunned. It's a bold move, especially against a backdrop of mounting criticism and widespread frustration among Dolton citizens. Still, Henyard is charging forward with her re-election. Campaign launch party and all, sending a clear message that she's not backing down. Whether you see it as bold defiance or pure audacity, there's no denying that Henyard's political saga has become a defining moment for Dolton. It's forced the town to confront big questions about leadership, accountability, and the future of its governance. Will voters reward her confidence, or will they send a message at the ballot box? No one knows for sure. But one thing's crystal clear. The drama surrounding her tenure and this re-election bid has brought Dolton to a critical crossroads, and what happens next could shape the town's future for years to come.
It's a special board meeting because business has not gotten done at 2 previous meetings, so that's some progress there. But this meeting was not.
Tiffany Henyard's re-election campaign isn't making waves just because she's launching it in the middle of massive controversy. It's also turning heads because of its flashy, almost elite-sounding fundraising strategy. Instead of a classic political rally, it feels more like she's selling VIP club memberships. Want to attend her launch party? Get your wallet ready. The $50 entry fee is just the beginning of an elaborate tiered donation system that makes it clear backing Henyard doesn't come cheap. For $35, you can earn the title of resident supporter. But here's the kicker. That price point won't even get you into the event. That's right. You're a supporter in name only. To actually walk through the doors, you'll need to level up to supporter status for $50, a mere $15 difference. But the logic behind it? Practically non-existent. And it doesn't stop there. Things escalate quickly. Drop $150 and you become a bronze supporter, which signals a higher level of dedication. Or maybe just deeper pockets. Feeling fancy? For over $500, you can climb up to silver sponsor status, a title that suggests insider access, though no one really knows what perks come with it. But the real flex, forking over $1,000 lands you the coveted gold sponsor badge, a shining emblem of loyalty, or at least a badge of how much disposable income you're willing to drop on a mayor plagued by scandal. And then comes the showstopper, the highest level of allegiance, a jaw-dropping $5,500 donation to become the ultimate top-tier supporter. Yes, you read that right. Over $5,000 to show your full-blown commitment to a politician whose term has been marred by controversy. From day one, the campaign's pay-to-play structure is raising eyebrows across Dolton. Critics are calling it tone-deaf, out of touch, and more about flaunting status than building genuine grassroots support. Assigning dollar values to loyalty has turned what should be a people-powered campaign into something that feels more like a luxury brand launch. Even some of Henyard's backers are quietly questioning whether this is the smartest way to win over a frustrated, skeptical voter base.
First time in many weeks, Dolton trustees and Mayor Tiffany Henyard held a public meeting together, but not...
Tiffany Henyard's re-election campaign isn't just raising eyebrows because of its flashy price tags. It's also triggering serious concerns about her priorities and leadership style. Asking supporters to fork over up to $5,555 for a party has naturally made people wonder, where exactly is all this money going? Especially given the long list of accusations tied to her time as mayor of Dolton, including financial mismanagement and misuse of public funds. To make matters even more controversial, one of the payment options for donations is through a Zelle account reportedly linked directly to Henyard's personal bank account. Yes, you heard that right. This unusual method of collecting campaign funds has infuriated residents and raised red flags across the board. Critics say it reeks of self-dealing and question whether it's just another ploy to funnel money into her own pockets under the guise of fundraising. These aren't typical campaign practices, and they're only fueling the fire around an already embattled administration. Still, Henyard remains defiant. She's not just brushing off criticism, she's doubling down, even going so far as to brand herself the super mayor. But instead of inspiring confidence, the nickname has only widened the gap between her and her constituents. Many see it as a sign of an inflated ego and a leadership style driven more by self-interest than public service. And it's not just the name that has people upset. Trustees and residents have accused Henyard of turning the town into her own personal regime, allegedly using the police to intimidate opponents and ruling with zero regard for transparency or accountability. Her flair for extravagant spending, often on the taxpayer's dime, has only added to the frustration. Lavish events, unnecessary luxuries, and what critics describe as vanity projects have made it seem like she's more invested in self-promotion than tackling Dolton's mounting problems. Under Henyard's leadership, the town's financial crisis has only deepened. Dolton is now drowning in over $5 million of debt, with some predicting that if things continue at this rate, even basic resources like police vehicles might soon be repossessed. But instead of facing the crisis head-on, Henyard appears more focused on her image, plastering her face on billboards with slogans like, "Keeping my promises," while the town falls deeper into financial ruin. The parallels to authoritarian-style leadership are hard to ignore. Some residents have even compared her approach to figures like Nicolas Maduro of Venezuela. Accusations of misusing public funds, traveling on taxpayer dollars, hosting expensive private events, and even building a private skating rink that only opens during her gatherings have reached a boiling point. It's clear to many that Henyard's leadership has become more about spectacle than substance. The situation escalated further when Henyard's landlord went public, accusing the mayor of dodging rent payments for months. The landlord, who once considered Henyard a friend, says she's owed thousands of dollars and has even been locked out of her own property. An eviction lawsuit has been filed, but serving Henyard has proven difficult. She's reportedly been avoiding it. Despite all of this, Henyard is forging ahead with her re-election campaign. In a stunning move, she's proposed a wage ordinance that would cut the salary of her successor, should she lose the election, while keeping her own pay intact. It's a move many see as a blatant power grab. Meanwhile, a federal investigation is looming large over her campaign. Earlier this year, federal authorities issued subpoenas as part of a probe into allegations of financial misconduct. Investigators are digging into records from both Dolton and nearby Thornton Township, where Henyard also serves as supervisor. The claims? She used public funds for luxury hotels, fine dining, Amazon shopping sprees, and other personal expenses. And yet, Henyard has remained largely quiet about the investigation. She's denied any wrongdoing, but has offered no hard evidence to clear her name. In a recent Facebook Live, she addressed the allegations, not with transparency, but with a nearly 90-minute rant where she shifted blame to her political opponents and teased that she'd spill the tea later. She's even hinted at launching a tell-all podcast, but so far, nothing has materialized. Even with the weight of scandal pressing down, Henyard is confidently predicting a landslide victory. She's already declared her candidacy and is preparing for what she believes will be a triumphant re-election. But not everyone's buying what she's selling this time. Dolton residents and trustees are increasingly fed up. Many are demanding real accountability and change. Trustee Jason House, a member of the Clean House slate, is running against her, and he's not alone in voicing concern. At public meetings, frustrated residents have openly asked her to step down. One even said, "This is an embarrassment to Dolton. Why won't you resign?" But Henyard isn't backing down. Instead, she's gone on the offensive, threatening to file charges against her opponents. That's right. During another one of her infamous Facebook Lives, she announced plans to press charges against several individuals, though she failed to specify what exactly they'd done. All of this while facing eviction, drowning in scandals, and under federal investigation. To top it off, reports say she's been using the village's credit card to rack up hundreds of thousands in questionable expenses, including a $443,000 Amazon spree. She's also accused of spending thousands more on fancy dinners, luxury travel, and personal entertainment. And don't forget the security detail. Former police chief Robert Collins, who was fired by Henyard, claims she used officers as her personal bodyguards and that she directed him to harass specific people. Over $1 million in overtime has reportedly been paid out to officers assigned to protect her since 2021, even running errands like picking up her daughter from school or going shopping. So now we ask you, is Tiffany Henyard really the best person to lead Dolton? Or is this campaign just a desperate attempt to cling to power? Would you pay $50 just to attend her party? Let us know what you think in the comments. Because one thing's for sure, this story is far from over. Stay tuned. Dolton's drama is just getting started.